through Stoke Bruerne, made it through the next lock, the Red Lion, and I was a bit worried about that one because there's a swing bridge in a lock, right in a pub.
Lucky there was a guy putting
it was really quiet as well, and there was a lone cruise. Well, it wasn't really a lone cruise. He had his wife and a kid. But yeah, I helped him through. He opened the swing bridge, which is good. And then another boat, he wasn't going to come through, but then he decided to. Getting our photo taken again. Yeah, they decided to come through, so we just opened the gates, and I didn't even have to touch the swing bridge, which is great.
No, really, luck was on our side for once.
It wasn't as busy as I thought it was going to be.
No, there's nice people sat at the beach. Sat at the pub. I said bridge because there's a guy waving to me on the beach. I don't know why.
And another boat, another narrowboat came as the one waiting to come up went in.
I don't know why the people didn't go in with the...
I don't know how they did. I guess they just decided, another boat's come down, we're going now. So yeah, we're making our way through Milton Keynes. It's quite nice actually. You wouldn't think it's built on.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought it was Milton Keynes. It's really nice actually. Last time we went through it was really nice, wasn't it?
But we got a long way to go yet. I mean,
few more miles yet. And then we can, I can relax for the weekend. Josh has got edit for the weekend.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 miles before we get out of Milton Keynes. And then we've got another, at least a couple of miles through Cosgrove after that.
You're only halfway then. My feet are aching already.
Well, it's the locks at Saratown, but we don't have any locks now except for one, Cosgrove.
The trouble is, you've got to tick over most of the time because there's more boats everywhere.
Boats, yeah. So, we're going to make it, but it's going to be pretty late for the time being. Yeah, but we knew that it was going to be a stretch today anyway. So, this might get split up into 2 vlogs, and I'll probably do it now if it does. So, if I do, thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe. If not, then let's continue. So this is the map of the UK Canal network. Everything I've read is what we cruised before. Now here down on the Grand Union Canal at Milton Keynes. We'll be starting the cruise at Fenny Stratford, not Drayton. I don't know why I picked Drayton there. Obviously this is part 2. We've already cruised 13 miles and 8 locks. But we're going to be continuing through the beautiful Milton Keynes. As the canal meanders around the contours, there's no locks really until we get to Cosgrove, where we have 1 lock, past the Buckingham Arm, and then through some lovely countryside before we get to Grafton Regis. Making the cruise about 15 miles and only 2 locks. Oh, what a terrible shame. To some people this is all they have in the world. They just save up enough to live on a boat for a cheap way of life, and then it goes and sinks. But this won't be the last one we'll see today. Poor little chicks got separated between the 2 boats. They did eventually find their mother again.
babies eat, John.
So much like the Northampton Arm links to the River Nene, there was supposed to be a canal here that linked to the River Ouse at Bedford, but unfortunately it was never built. But they want to build it because it would make that a lot more busy, because it would be a ring route. They're so close, and the Ouse literally goes under the Grand Union at the trunk aqueduct. But there is such a thing as the Bedford and Milton Keynes Waterway Trust, which was established in 1995 to promote the development of the canal. Now, things are moving extremely slowly and not much has been done at all really, but these things do take a lot of time, so maybe one day, maybe in my lifetime, I don't know. It's coming for us, Mum.
It's going to pick us up.
Yeah. So let's go into some history of Milton Keynes then. At the moment there's a population of about 265,000 people, and about 25% of the urban area is actually parkland and woodland. That's what we love so much about Milton Keynes. It's a very nice place to go through because there's lots of parks. In the 1960s there was a lot of housing congestion going on in London, so there was a need for more towns and big places to build loads of new and cheap houses. Before the 1960s, this would have been a lovely stretch of just countryside, with a few villages here and there: Bletchley, Fenny Stratford, Wolverton and Stony Stratford. So the Keynes Development Corporation was set up to design and deliver the new city. The corporation decided on a softer, more human-scaled landscape than in the earlier English new towns, but with an empathetically modern architecture, recognizing how traditional towns and cities become choked in traffic. And this is why if you look at Milton Keynes, there's grids everywhere. It looks more like an American new town. It also developed an extensive network of shared paths for leisure cyclists and pedestrians. But what's also good is there's no tower blocks here, because tower blocks are ugly, brutalist monstrosities, and they didn't want that because it was becoming unpopular at that point, and they set a limit of 3 stories. What's so strange though is they designed this for 250,000 people. To this day, that was back in the 60s, and it's only at 260,000. Another interesting thing, this site was decided because it was at equal distance from London, Birmingham, Leicester, Oxford and Cambridge. It failed several times to gain its city status in 2000, 2002 and 2012, but it was on the 15th of August 2022 when the Queen finally gave Milton Keynes city status. Have you noticed the lack of graffiti? This is a city, and there literally isn't much graffiti whatsoever. I can't see much rubbish, I can't see much fly tipping. You know, it's really well looked after, and I think the people who live here actually do take pride in where they live. It is a lovely place, I have to say it. I'm not a big fan of urban places whatsoever. I'm a country lad, okay, but this is a nice place. Me and Mum sort of have a sixth sense, so I just had this feeling that there was going to be a boat around this really tight bend, so I blast the horn, and lo and behold, there were.
us.
Yeah. That was just one of the many lovely subscribers we met along today's cruise. I mean, there was loads, and I just want to say how grateful I really am to all you guys for continuing to watch, for all the ups and downs. I really am very grateful. Just sat under the bridge enjoying itself. Wow, I love it. If you can't afford a crouch cover, there you go. That is your option there. Just get an awning and pretty much does the job. Just take it down when you cruise. Oh, it's ignoring me. Just, yeah, this is the 12th of July and people got their fires on. A lot of people. Not just one or two, but a lot of people do. And this is because this summer was so bad. It literally was the worst summer since 1816, I believe. Honestly, we've had two bad summers, haven't we, in a row? Last summer wasn't much better. This lovely old cottage here definitely looks like it was one of the parts of the original Milton Keynes, or one of the villages that were originally here. This certainly is a very old part of Milton Keynes. This is the Great Linford Manor, originally built in 1678 by Sir William Pitchard. It was actually bought by the Milton Keynes Development in 1972 to be their arts centre, which flourished briefly but was closed in 1984. It was then bought by Harry Maloney in 1985 and became a recording studio of all things, and was actually one of the first UK studios to invest in digital recording. It was then bought in 1993 by Pete Winkleman, who still lives in it today, I believe. We can see you. At this point, the canal hugs closely to the valley of the Great Ouse, which means we do turn to the west even though we're heading north. And this is because the canal is following the contours of the land, and obviously this was not the easiest point to cross the valley, so I had to divert westerly until there was a better point, and that's what we'll come to soon. So this is Grafton Street Aqueduct, and this was never originally here, but when this road came through, there was a big canal embankment here, and it was in the way. So what they had to do was, of course, take the embankment away and build this aqueduct, which was finished in 1991, which shut the canal for an entire year. What a shame. Even in Milton Keynes you still get the shopping trolleys. Fun fact, Red Wine by UB40, his dad's favourite song. That's a shame. Another little sunken boat. Again, someone's prized possession, probably their home, and come back to that, and it's not a lovely sight, is it? We're on a big embankment now. Now it's time for the canal to cross over the River Ouse on an aqueduct. But originally there was no aqueduct here. Originally there was a whopping 9 locks here, used as a temporary arrangement to lower and raise the canal over the River Ouse Valley. Because the aqueduct was going to take such a long time to build that they actually built 9 locks to divert it so they could move stuff along the canal while they finished it. In 1799, William Jessup, who was the principal engineer, designed a 3-arch masonry aqueduct, an embankment to cross over the river and replace the locks. Work on the aqueduct commenced in 1803 and was opened to traffic on the 25th of August 1805. In January 1806, a section of the embankment failed, and this was repaired, and the failure being attributed to the poor workmanship by the contractors. The contractors then blamed it on Jessup. A law firm was brought in from Leighton Buzzard, but by this time in 1807, Jessop's aqueduct was already showing signs of failure. So, and in 1808, just 3 years after it was completed, it collapsed. But fortunately, the lock system was still in place. The navvies used that while a new aqueduct was being built. The history is just amazing here. A temporary solution of a wooden trough aqueduct was put in. Can you imagine crossing a wooden aqueduct? But guess what aqueduct was finished around this time? Of course, the Ponta City. I probably said it wrong. By Telford. And it proved to work. So that's exactly the design they took. They copied Telford. But the trough would have to be a lot wider because it was built for wide beams. And it was built in Kentley at Coalbrookdale, which is where Dad works, because most of the ironwork actually came from around Telford. They say it was transported by canal, which it probably was for most of its route, but the tub canals around Telford were isolated. Well, not quite, because at that time the Shropshire Union didn't exist. The only connection they had was the River Severn, which is probably how they got it here, because it was so heavy, and they had no other way of really transporting something that heavy back then. And then it was erected here in 1811.
Container made into a bank whale. The hell?
This is the only lock of the original 9 that actually remains here at Cosgrove, and takes us up onto the same level as the Buckingham Canal. Originally the Old Stratford Arm. Opened in September 1800, it went to Old Stratford, but then 8 months later it was built to Buckingham, becoming the Buckingham Arm. It was pretty much level the whole way, and only had 2 locks. It flourished until the 1850s, when the canal was obviously suffering from competition from the railways and water supply. A river ran into the canal too and created a lot of silt, and they also used it to dump sewage in, which was nice. The canal company did take legal action to stop this in 1890. In a 1904 guide, it lists the upper section as barely navigable. In 1919, they replaced a section through Mount Hill Farm with a concrete trough in an attempt to reduce the leakage. And the last recorded commercial traffic was a delivery of chemicals in 1932. The arm was then blocked off in 1944 to prevent further leakage. The Inland Waterways Association did try to save the canal in 1961, but by then no one was really interested in it. So unfortunately it closed and a lot of it was built over. The final nail of the coffin really was the upgrading of the A5 and Watling Street in 1975, cutting most of the canal off. Most of the old canal route was then sold off in the 90s through Old Stratford and built over. Lovely. It was then severed again by the building of another bypass in the 1990s. Now all that remains navigable is the 200 metres that is used for private moorings now. Obviously this whole canal is hopefully going to be restored one day by the Buckingham Canal Society, which were formed in 1992. And they have restored a little section, and it's not quite open yet due to the amount of silt, but that goes to the first road stoppage. I was hoping I could go down there, but it's not quite open, as I say. And with that, we are finally back in the true countryside. Made it through Milton Keynes. That's the navigation, which is where we said we were going to go to, but we're going to go a few miles more. Boat car.
Boat car. We had one of them on the thing.
Ashby, yeah.
Ashby, yeah. It was a little like chuk-chuk thing, wasn't it?
I'd never seen so many solar panels on a boat before. It was covered top to bottom in solar panels. The roof could literally have been made out of solar panel.
Just checking what the time is, guys, because we left at 8:45 this morning. It's
7:45.
8:45.
So 11 hours.
11 hours, and we would have done. I think we've done the washing in about 8 hours.
I always compare it to that.
I always compare it to that. But this is a canal.
This is different though.
This is a canal, so you're slower on a canal.
What most of it is you have to go and take over past moored boats, of course,
Oh,
and there
yeah.
was a lot of moored boats.
Oh, this
through
Grand
Milton Keynes.
Union is just ridiculous. We thought the K&A was bad for moored boats, but
Yeah.
this is even worse. I think it's because it's like near London, I suppose.
Yeah,
so.
it's for cheap living around London.
Yeah, so
We've got
people
this
get
railway, as
boat.
you can hear in the background.
It's
That
only
goes
slow.
from Birmingham to London.
Yeah.
So anyway you're near that, it's going to be a lot of moored boats.
But it was a nice, it's a lovely cruise actually.
Yeah. Not much problems really.
Well, a couple of things.
A couple of just people being idiots again. And,
But we don't care about that. We
No.
just get on with it and enjoy the cruise. So which we did, didn't we, Josh?
yeah, we've probably gone through the nicest part of the Grand Union today.
We're absolutely exhausted.
Mm.
Oh, we haven't done many locks.
No.
It's only about 7 or 8 locks, but it's just a long, like Josh
It
said.
was our longest ever canal cruise. This one.
But the thing is,
Obviously, we've done longer
you're
than
all right if you can go like, you know, you have to go on to tick over all the time. You just get a little bit of momentum,
Yeah, to
so
put it
to
in
speak,
comparison,
and then
we've done half the mileage we did on the 50-mile day on the Thames in the same amount of time.
yeah.
But
Yeah, we've
the
done
rain
the-
kept off.
Yeah, luckily
few
it
little
was.
spits.
But as you'll see with the vlog, it was
As you've
black.
seen with the vlog,
As you've seen with the vlog,
yeah, past tense.
yeah, it was
yeah,
black.
I don't know how it didn't rain. But we wanted to moor up back there in a beautiful section, but
Yeah, stunning. Josh has got in
full
his
up.
book stunning mooring,
Yeah.
but
it was full up.
yeah, it's absolutely.
Um,
well, it wasn't. We could have squeezed in between
Yeah,
them,
but we don't like, as you know, we don't like doing
yeah,
that
with
because
the dogs. With,
our cats get on people's boats and people have dogs.
but this is beautiful. We've got a little bit of solar here.
We're here
Yeah.
on our own. We found a spot on our own,
yeah.
which is lovely.
Yeah, which is
We've
nice.
got solar, and
So we're going to be
it's
here.
just it's so quiet here.
Here for the
One
weekend.
thing, the railway, of course.
Yeah, but it's not that loud, is it?
No,
That's all right.
not here at night.
As long as it stops at night, it's
But
fine.
apart from that, there's just no noise.
Yeah.
That's that gone.
But as you can
Beautiful.
see, we're all wrapped up
Yeah.
again.
I don't blame people who have their fire on today. I don't blame them.
We've gone past a few that had their
Quite a lot of
fires
people
on.
have got their fire on today, and I think, oh my gosh, July, come on. But
Yeah,
that's the only form of heating in the boat, and
yeah.
fair enough. But yeah, we're gonna go and have some dinner now. And,
I think this will be divided into 2
mm,
vlogs anyway, because it's so long.
but yeah, we'll see you Monday where we head through Stoke Bruerne and Blissworth Tunnel.
It's Swift Tunnel. We'll
Yeah.
probably get soaking. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
a
very
wet
drippy.
one, it was
It's
at
very
Braun-
drippy in
Braunston.
Tunnel. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we'll see you then. Right, fingers crossed we
Bye.
win on Sunday. Yeah, football, remember?
Oh yeah, fingers crossed for
Yeah.
Sunday.
This is why we're in a quiet spot as well.
We'll be
'Cause
watching
if,
the
if we
final.
lose,
Yeah.
we'll have no trouble. At least we're not near a pub.